Your site model is only as good as the ground data behind it. Machines cover where they've worked. A drone covers what it flew, and everywhere else is still a flat 2D plan. In this video, we'll import a surveyed surface, stamp it with the date it was captured, and watch WorksManager aggregate it into one live terrain. Let's start with what's already on the project. In the 3D map, the default terrain is the aggregation of every source you've collected, machine guidance, survey, and drone data merged into a single surface. Zoom out, though, and you can see where it stops. Turn on the elevation heat map, and the coverage speaks for itself. Color where you have elevation, nothing where you don't. To close that gap, I've downloaded open survey data covering a much wider area, a surface that's ready to bring in. Everything starts in the Project Data panel. Choose Import Data, then drag and drop your file or browse to it. Here, I've prepared a TTM, a triangulated mesh of the ground, generated from a LiDAR point cloud and converted into a surface. Now, the step that matters most. WorksManager asks what kind of surface this is, and there are only two answers. A design surface is what you're aiming for, the shape the site is meant to end up. A surveyed surface is a snapshot in time, the ground exactly as it was on the day it was measured. That one choice decides how the surface behaves for the rest of the project. Pick surveyed surface and the surveyed date and time become required. That's deliberate. A snapshot without a date can't be placed on a timeline. This data was captured in March 2019, so I'll set the 1st of March. I don't know the exact hour, so an approximate time is close enough here. Then upload. The surface is imported into the workspace and shared across the project, so everyone working on this site is looking at the same ground. No emailing files around, no local copies drifting apart. Once it's in, open Surveyed Surfaces, and your new surface is listed with the rest. Open the details, and there's the surveyed date and time you assigned, next to the file type, who imported it, and how large it is. Turn it on, and you can inspect the surface in isolation in the 3D viewer. This is the full extent that TTM covers. Select it, and you can change how it renders. Pull the transparency down to see through it, give it a different color to tell it apart, or open the information panel. And here's what you didn't have to do. Because it's tagged as a surveyed surface, WorksManager has already aggregated it into the terrain. No stitching, no export, no second import. Every source keeps its own capture date, and where they overlap, the most recent measurement wins. You can see it in the elevation heat map. A moment ago, only the surveyed area carried color. Now, the whole site is textured with elevation because the data you imported has been merged straight in. Back in 3D, the imported surface is terrain like everything else. The fine detail here comes from a recent drone survey. The broader ground around it comes from the surface we just brought in. You never had to decide which one goes where. That's what keeps the model honest. Fly the drone on Monday and you have a full update of the site. Keep moving dirt through the week and machine guidance keeps the terrain close to reality by Wednesday, with nobody rebuilding it by hand. You can also interrogate it. Open the terrain filters and set a date and time range. Start the window after the surface I just imported, apply, and the terrain regenerates without that survey data, showing you the site as it was. The same panel filters by source. Machine data can be noisy, so you can take machines out of the terrain altogether and rebuild it from surveyed surfaces alone, a cleaner ground model for when accuracy matters more than currency. That's surveyed surfaces in WorksManager. Import your TTM, tag it as surveyed with the date it was captured, and it aggregates itself into one live terrain the whole project can rely on, filterable by date and by source whenever you need to check. Thanks for watching.